Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people that you see on social media, they don't really like being on social media. I know y'all think that and you'd be like, girl, they posting every day. They making videos every day. But the struggle be real. A lot of times, not saying like you don't want to do it. I just mean it from a like shy standpoint or a reserved standpoint. At least that's for me. It's a lot of introverted extroverts out here. And I would say I am one of them. Anyway, for those who are joining me, welcome. It has been a minute. Wow. Yeah, it's been a minute overall. It's been a minute for podcasting. I don't even know if I can even, you know what? I don't even want to do injustice to the podcasters by even saying that I started a podcast. But I did though. I did officially in 2019, and we're going to talk about what I believe went south with that, amongst other things, and procrastinating. But yes, 2019, I officially started Naked Talkz podcast, okay? My name is Coach Tay, affectionately known, also known as Miss Shantae. But listen, 2019, this podcast, okay? We got to focus, because that's the problem. That's been my problem with focusing and actually focusing on me. So today I am going to focus on me. I am going to coach myself through my experience with lack. I'm going to coach myself through that. And we're just going to get right into it. The podcast, YouTube, the videos, coaching. What am I missing? The workshops, wound therapy, which some of those have some real high moments and then some not so high. But let me go back to the podcast. I started this podcast, Naked Talkz podcast, in 2019 to give myself an outlet, to give myself a voice, to give us an outlet, to give us a voice, contrary to popular beliefs, meaning so many people feel like you have to stay in this shell. If I say that I love God, if I say that I'm a believer, if I say that I'm a Bible reader, then there's a certain expectation of me. And because there's a certain expectation of me, I can only operate in this one dimension, which is so far from the truth. And so I am just on this journey of I can't even talk, y'all. I get tongue-tied, so just get used to it. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. But I am unapologetically being me. And I am going hard in this season on being me. I am going hard in this season on showing up for me. Like this is, what does she say? I feel like this is a me season. So you're going to have to block me, unfollow me, whatever it is that you got to do, because you're either going to be saying congratulations or I'm proud of you. Yes, like that's it. And so, but before I could even have those expectations out of anybody, which I don't, of course, but I have to, be my first cheerleader. And so bringing it back, bringing it back. When I started Naked Talkz podcast, I had a full vision for this podcast. Like and I could probably find the notebook. I had so many like things written down of what we were going to do on this day and this segment, all these plans, right? And then what did I go and do? I ruined it. Like what? Yes, I ruined it. And I ruined my vision by trying to incorporate others into my vision way too soon. Way too soon. Think about it as an infant. Mommies, if you're a mom, and if you're not a mom, you've seen a baby born before. We're so protective over those babies when they're first born. Listen, baby, you're going to have to wash your hands before you touch my baby. Don't kiss my baby. Make sure you put the receiving blanket over your shirt before you hold my baby. We have all these standards, right? In the beginning with our infant. We're so protective over them. And we don't let just any and everybody come around them or hold them just too soon. You got to wait a second. Give them a week or two. Give them some time, right? And so what I did with my podcast, I was so excited about the vision. I kept trying to bring in co-stars. And I really believe that that's where I went wrong. And not saying there was anything wrong with having a co-star. Eventually I made, if there was anything with having guests, if there was anything wrong with that, but y'all, it was ghetto. And when I say it was ghetto, I just mean like it was so unorganized on my behalf, because I can only take ownership for me, because I invited these people that probably wasn't properly vetted, or I thought that they were, but they really wasn't. Yeah, one of those situations. But even people who are qualified and who were qualified, I was bringing people to my infant before she was ready to be held by someone other than mommy. That makes sense? So I had to take ownership of that. And then some of these spirits was, baby, were definitely wolves in sheep clothing. For real. But I have to take ownership on me allowing myself to kind of distort the vision, if that makes sense. To kind of distort the vision or tamper the vision by adding extras into a scene where they were not yet called for. So I'm going to first apologize to me, and I'm going to forgive me. So I forgive myself for not all the way trusting my vision fully, because if I trusted the vision fully, then I wouldn't even be here. We would already be probably 100+ episodes in at this point, but that's not the case. But nonetheless, today we are here. We are here. And so I wanted to create this space so that I'm learning. And then I have to say this, but I am all for all things women. I am all things Black girl magic. I am all things women empowerment. I am for her. I am team her. I am team her because she's always the one that's left out. She was always the one who was told she had to submit to these certain criteria, submit to this certain criteria, to this certain standard in order to be accepted. And so because I saw that it was so much politics, if you will, socialism, if you will, cloudism, if you will, it was so much of that going on. I just didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't want to be a part of the Mean Girls Club. That's not my portion. I didn't want to be a part of the phony kicking it club, because if I rock with you, I rock with you. If I vibe with you, I vibe with you. And if I don't, that's okay too. So I didn't want to make myself fit into any space. And I've always been that girl. I'm never making myself fit into a space. I will be cool, calm, collective on my own before I go just making myself fit into a space that wasn't ever, created for me. So I'm a leader, and leaders lead. And so therefore, I've always been the one to create safe spaces for girls who are like me. And so that's what I did. And so Naked Talkz podcast is just an extension of that. We'll talk about things. We'll talk about lifestyle. We'll talk about business and entrepreneurship, because she's all for that. And we'll talk about some real life things, like, real, authentic, genuine, substance conversations, because I really feel like that's what we need in this season. We've been through so much collectively as human beings. Forget Black girl magic. We've been through so much as human beings in the past 2 years. So everybody has suffered in some way, shape, form, and fashion. I don't care if you never got sick, you knew somebody who got sick. So I feel like that we as a whole, as a people, as humans, that we are in a state of recovery. I feel like we're in a state of recovery. And so I'm just in that space to just do my part, whatever that is, no matter how small it may seem, no matter what platform it's heard on, no matter what stage I may or may not make it to. I'm here to be a voice. I'm here to shine my light. I'm here to just authentically be me, unapologetically. And I know that there will be some amazing relationships formed along on this journey simply off my obedience. I know that I'm going to connect with amazing women who have amazing stories. And I pray that I bring a platform where they feel comfortable to tell their story. I pray that they feel comfortable to tell their story, because I recently, I recently had to release my sister. I recently had to lay someone that I love, a very close friend, a sister, to rest. And one thing about our relationship is I always tried to push her to tell her story. And it wasn't my story to tell, but I would just encourage her that I know you feeling, XYZ, but if you tell your story, I promise you, there's another little black girl somewhere who feels like you. There's another little black girl who needs to hear your voice, who needs to hear your words, who needs to be encouraged and inspired by you, because you have a story that's unique. You have a story that's unique to you, and it's just more powerful when it comes directly to you, when it comes directly from you. And so I know that she wasn't ready for that. She was very private. She dealt with things privately. So I am trying to do my part. And I could hear her saying, like, well, tell your business. Go ahead, sis. Tell your business. So I am going to tell my business for the betterment, for the purpose of encouraging, inspiring, equipping other young women so that they know that they can. Like, you can do it. You could do it. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what level you think you're on. I need you to just focus on you. I need you to focus on your journey and the race that you're running, and understand that it's you versus you. I don't care who else is in your industry. I don't care who else is, in your field. I don't care how long they've been in the game. I don't care how long they've been in business. I don't care how many followers they have. I don't care. You have to be in position to run your race, and you have to do it unapologetically, and you got to do it for you. And you got to shut out all the noise. Like, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Don't worry about what's going on around you. Like, focus on you. Focus. And so I want to, like, end this year strong. I want to end this year strong because it's just been life and y'all. Like, life really been life, and I feel like so many things, like the devil been trying to knock me off my square, and it's like I'm in this mode of like fight or flight, and like I'm choosing to fight because someone I love don't have the option today to fight, if that makes sense. So not only am I fighting for myself, I'm fighting on behalf of somebody that I love, on others that I love who didn't get the opportunity today in 2022 to fight their fight fair, or their fight ended early. So it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And your obedience is directly tied to your blessings. You probably gonna hear me say that in every single episode I do thus far, because it has to be said over and over until it clicks, because that's something that happened to me. It made me like just flip the switch on, like, okay, all right, like, I get it. Like, okay, you gotta stop playing. You gotta stop hiding, stop doing it halfway. And so that's where I'm at. That is where I am. And it takes a lot. It really takes a lot of courage. And it's so funny because people just be like, girl, you, no, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that you're not comfortable talking to people. So I'm pushing through. And so I will encourage, if there's anyone else out there who is on the fence about making a move, no matter what that move may be, if it's for the betterment of you, if it's for the betterment of your family, if it's positive, then I'm just going to say leap. I declared last year that this was our leap year, and I'm late into the year, but I'm leaping. I am. And I've made little leaps, but it's like I'm leaping. I'm going all in. Because you have to believe in yourself more than anybody. And that's a hard thing for some people to do, because it's like, you know that you have great ideas. You know that you have, that you're great at some things, but you have to put those things into action consistently. Like, you have to give 110%. And for some of us, we're so talented and we're so gifted that we really, honestly, we have acid. We half-ass it because even us half-assing it is still us showing up for ourselves. You still showing up for your community, and it still looks good. But if you know deep in your heart, like, yeah, I kind of did that half-ass. It looked real cute though, but I know I had more to give. And so like I'm in that space where I don't want to do anything like halfway. I want to go all or nothing. And I'm just ready, y'all. So I'm excited. So keep me accountable. If you see me missing in action, don't kill me now, okay? But just, check on your girl. You like, hey, you good? What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. Cause she needs that energy. She needs that energy and she needs that accountability. So I look forward to being in this space with you all, and I can't wait until the next time that we reconnect, that we join. Gonna bring you some positive energy, gonna bring you the inspiration and the motivation as always. But welcome and welcome back to Naked Talkz podcast with the Coach Tay. This is the Coach Tay experience where we talk about lifestyle, business, personal development, and this is just my little space on the internet. And so make sure that you subscribe, like this video, follow, download my podcast wherever you get your podcast at. It is Naked Talkz, NakedTalkz, Naked Talkz podcast. All right, y'all. Until next time.